I need to see the chat. That would help. Okay. Let's pop the chat up and put it here. Alright, cool. Hello, friends watching this back. So, basically, I don't know. I just wanted to hang out and say hi to everybody. I know everyone's really stressed right now because of the election, especially those of us in the LGBTQ community. So, I thought we could all pass the time together, just hang out. Yeah, so I don't know, we can talk about things. I could draw a bit, but it's just going to be a chill stream. Not much going on except for hanging out and talking. I have to wait for everybody to show up, and then I'll have to say that again to explain to everyone once they show up. Although I guess the title is self-explanatory, isn't it? Oh well. Yeah, so I don't even know if anyone is online right now. I'm just going to stream until it's time to eat dinner. And I live in California, so that's going to take another hour or so, probably. So we have time to just chat. Oops, I moved. I'm literally using one of my screens as a light. This is really dark in this corner, so hopefully that helps. Hi Alex, no, you're not late. I just started and I'm waiting for the notification to send to everybody so that people show up, if they're going to show up. This is just a random... I woke up today and was like, I should probably stream, and so that's what happened. I wanted to keep everyone company because I know everybody's really stressed right now in the US at least. I'm sure all over the world. There's so many things going on. Also, very sorry about my hair. There's literally nothing that can be done. It's just how it is. At least I'm not wearing my glasses, because then I look like a different person. How are you holding up tonight? Yeah, I've just been... I'm actually on hiatus. Is that how you say it? I never know how to say things. I just know how they're spelled. So I'm sorry if that's not correct. But I'm taking a break for a month from my comics because I kind of got burnt out from drawing. Well, actually from everything. Just working too much. So I'm taking a quote-unquote vacation. Oh no, you're crying? Why? What's going on? Are you stressed from tonight? But yeah, that's what I have been up to. And when I decided I was going to take a break from my comics, I was like, I'm going to write a new story for fun. So I could tell you a bit about that if you're interested. But I can't spoil too much. Obviously. From the election, yeah, that is understandable. It is a scary time. That's why I wanted to hang out tonight. And keep everybody company. You've been listening to a sad piano song from Up and crying for a couple of hours? Oh no! Do you feel like you have to cry, or is it just like self-inflicted torture to listen to something from Up, which is a very sad movie, in the beginning at least? Sometimes it's necessary, I guess. But it is okay to cry if you need to. And it makes sense. Sorry, I was thinking too hard. I forgot that I was streaming. You like crying? Well, I mean, you know what? Everyone likes something. Yeah, it is not fun to have puffy eyes after crying, so I can't relate on that part. It also makes my eyes super dry. My eyes are just dry in general. But yeah, it lasts like till the next day, and then everyone knows that you've been crying. I guess that doesn't matter if you don't care, though. Which we shouldn't care. Like, people should be allowed to cry, but hey, there's a lot of things that have to change. But yeah, it makes sense to be upset right now. I hope everyone who could vote has voted. We still have a couple hours in California of voting left, so it's going to be some time. But yeah, how do you all like to handle stress? Do you like to talk it out and talk about it directly, or do you like to just have distractions? Because for me, I like doing both. Sometimes I'll just like need a distraction, which I feel like in this case, that would be it, maybe. Your boyfriend gets upset when you cry too much. Oh no. Does it stress your boyfriend out? Hi, Jess. How's it going? We're just hanging out. Yeah, I could just keep drawing, but I'm a little too tired to keep drawing, so we're just going to hang out. I can show you it, though, if you want, what I was working on. You like to listen to music and cry. You hate talking about your emotions. Okay, yeah. For some people, it just makes it worse to talk about it. And others, it helps get it off your chest. I think it's good to have a mix of both, I guess. Everyone's talking about how they cry now. This is a very interesting start of stream chat. I like it. It's fitting for this channel. Definitely needs us, says Jess. Yeah, I heard about that. But we shouldn't talk about other people unless we have their permission on here, so you'll have to message me about that privately. You lay in bed at 3 a.m. listening to lo-fi and cry about life. That's literally it. Oh, well, lo-fi is pretty chill, so I can see how that would help. Oh, hi. Hi, Lucas. The emojis are always on point. We're just hanging out and talking about how we cry, I guess, or to handle emotions. I personally, like, I've never talked about this. I should have talked about it in a yearly update for how long I've taken testosterone. But ever since I started that, I lost the ability to cry. I will cry if something devastating happens. I don't know if that's just because I learned my whole life that, like, that it feels different. It's hard to explain. It's like a different sensation. You just had dinner? Okay, yeah, I'm waiting to have dinner soon. Sorry, I heard something in the distance. Some noise. The comments on the lo-fi videos are honestly the best. It's like getting a hug from an old friend telling you everything will be fine. Well, then that's even better. I never even went on that, like, what's it called? It's called, like, lo-fi beats. It's like a meme. How do I not know this? Anyway, you all know what I'm talking about. I never went on that live stream before until, like, last week, because I was like, why have I never clicked on this before? But I know exactly what it is. And then there was tons of people on it. You dropped your macaroni on your carpet? I mean, honestly, I would be sad too. I have nothing productive or helpful to say. That is actually very sad. Sometimes you just have to cry over food. Crying over spilled milk. It happens. But yeah. Yeah, Lucas knows this, but I forgot to announce. I forgot to announce I was taking a break on Webtoon. But I have nothing else to post with it, I don't think. I might for Resonance, the astronaut comic, but I don't for What Sexual, which a lot more people are waiting for me on that one. But I'm pretty sure they're used to being disappointed by the lack of updates. So I was just going to let it go for a bit. Maybe just update once this month and pretend like I never took a break. So that's what I usually do. But this time on Patreon, I actually had to announce that I had to take a break. You got another art bag from... Oh. Are you going to try it out? What type of art project is it? You had lunch with a friend, and his 4-year-old son slathered his macaroni in ketchup. Wow, that... I've actually seen... I'm trying to remember... That's why I paused. I'm trying to remember who I've seen do that, and it doesn't look appetizing. But for some people, I guess they like it. I don't know why you wouldn't just, like, make spaghetti and put cheese on it, but hey... It's like instead of like the quantity of sauce you'd put on spaghetti with some cheese on top, it's like the reverse. Ketchup sauce. That just is yeah, but if you like that, that's okay. I guess Lucas and I don't. I don't like the thought of it. You might have been a little late, but how am I am okay. I'm actually better today than I have been, but I have not been doing very well. So that is why I've been quieter. Not on YouTube. I'm quieter on YouTube because YouTube is not a very welcoming place in terms of the company. And I don't really know, like, what to do about that. I will probably just start posting again anyway. I have a video idea, but then I felt really sick, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything for all of November except for write for fun. So I'm not doing well physically. But I'm doing well otherwise because I'm very excited about a new story I'm writing 100% for fun. And that is literally all I am doing with my life right now to take a break from life. I highly recommend it. Jess says it's painting so you can't do it. Oh, it makes too much of a mess. That's what Jess and I were talking about yesterday. That is a bummer. Painting is messy though, so... Unfortunately. Otherwise, I would paint more. Your cat came in the room and started eating the macaroni. How much macaroni is left? My dogs would eat it in like 2 seconds. Oh no. Yeah. I hope your cat will be okay. I know, aren't they like kind of lactose intolerant once they're older? Yes, thank you for asking, Julie. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm glad I'm taking a break too. Normally I like never want to take a break, but it had to be done basically. And now I am fine with it. Did you hear Grace? That woof. The single woof. Just like this single, let's see, I have just a single blonde tip left. Pretty sure. Oh, I guess there's some like right here too. Oh God. 3 months until the play. Oh yeah, Jess is doing a play again. That is exciting. I still have a phobia of that, so that does not sound fun to clean up. Writing for fun is perfect. That's how I vent, says Lucas. Yes, that is a good. Oh, I hear sniffing at the door. Should I get the dog? That is definitely the best venting thing to do, in my opinion. I definitely do that too. But this time, I tried to make a very fluffy novel, okay? It's has the same dark edges we're all expecting from me. I can't help it. But it's not like that's not the main genre. It's actually very wholesome. It starts off dark and it gets cuter as it goes. I'm going to let the old lady dog in. Oh, she left. Sorry, here she comes. Come on, little lady. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Sorry, someone said sorry because of the old lady dog. She's so cute. She cracks me up every day. Rest in peace to the macaroni. You used to paint, but online class has been. Oh, I have pee all over my arm. But you know what? This is not new with this little bean. I'm going to have to wash my arm. It's not what I planned. That's okay though. I will just have to wash it after at this rate. That's disgusting, but I feel bad leaving. Unless you don't care if I just go wash pee off my arm. She went from cute to pee. Pee on my arm. I'm very sorry you just joined and had to hear that. But welcome, Boo Boo Egg. That is quite the name. Hi, Mason. And hi, Jenna. She is really curly, huh? You're flipping through. Jess is flipping through her play script. Okay, look at her feet. And with that, I will be right back because I'm disgusted by the pee on my arm. I can't wait. I'm also going to mute this just in case because you never know. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Sorry, everybody. Apparently, she peed on a rug. I guess that's just what happens when you have a 17-year-old dog, but that's very rude behavior. It was like right next to the back door where she could have gone outside. But anyway, your pet sugar glider pees on you. How? That is not a fun time, but I also feel like that's expected. I don't know how you would like potty train a sugar glider, but that is also amazing that you have a sugar glider. Forgot to dry my hands. I guess I came back quickly. Random question, but what music are you into? Lately, I really like listening to Final Fantasy soundtracks, which I know is not a genre of music. I guess it's just like soundtracks, video game soundtracks, but that's not what I normally like. I always like alternative music growing up, and now I like a variety of things like K-pop. But that's just because some K-pop is very edgy. It overlaps. Doesn't seem like it does, but it does. Rest in peace, rug. Yes, I have had to clean her pee out of that rug multiple times. But now someone else is doing it. I'm very sorry. God. If I take my eyes off her, I guess, yeah, this is because I was busy and not watching the old lady, and she just had a senile moment, I guess. You eat heart attack. I don't really know what you mean, but good luck. Your dad listens to those all the time. Oh, like video game soundtracks or Final Fantasy ones. I really like, which ones am I don't even know what my favorite ones are. That's impossible. Just forget I said that. I can't choose. But I really like all of them pretty much. I'm still obsessed with Final Fantasy 15, and a lot of people hate on that game, but I don't really care. I mean, I didn't expect it to be perfect. It wasn't perfect, but a lot of video games aren't, in my opinion. So I didn't have that expectation, so I was not disappointed. Oh no, not Hollow. That will make me cry on the inside. Drama Moth. I have not. What is that? Invest in diapers for dogs. They do exist. We could do that. Normally, I just take her outside a billion times. So she hasn't peed on the rug for like, I don't know, 2 months or something. Someone wiped... I mean, if you want me to keep talking about my dogs just pooping and peeing everywhere I can, I will stop after this. But the only thing that happened to that poor rug recently was that Rosie came in and wiped her butt on the rug. But she just left one single really tiny poop, and she's a huge dog. It was very... It was great, obviously, a great time. You joined the trending game of Among Us? Oh, how is that? I haven't tried it, but I've watched people play it. I honestly get really bored of those types of games, like within 1 or 2 rounds, so I'd feel bad for everyone who wants to play with me. But what inspired you to start a comic? It just depends on the comic, but I really like something I don't normally talk about is I really like the format of comics because it feels like the midpoint between just doing like regular illustrations and making a full animation, which is exhausting, but not... Wait, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I meant the comics are exhausting, but not as exhausting as an animation. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. So, moderately less exhausting and fun to do. Also, I've always I have always read a bunch of comics. I'm sorry, my dog is barking right outside the window. You just found them today and they are so good. Wait, I think you're talking about Final Fantasy. Oh no, you're talking about the Drama Moth. I had to reread. Rosie! Stop being rude. She's like, I really want to knock on the window and tell her to stop because that works. But I have gotten up way too many times. You started listening to French music because of your French class. That is cool. Oh, why is the song sad? Everyone's in a sad mood today. And it's understandable though. You got kicked for being good, Jess. Oh dang. Oh hi, Perpon. Don't play, the community is super toxic. Yeah, I don't like things that have a public chat because people will go on there just to be rude to somebody. And it's just not exactly the way I'd like to spend my time. You have to go. Okay, well, thanks for coming, Alex. I'm glad this stream was fine, according to you. You're talking about drama mods. Okay, yeah, that's cool. It's fun to find something you really like to listen to. The French song is kind of talking about not wanting to grow up, but the guy's voice has so much emotion. Oh yes, emotional songs are the best. Isn't there like a new Gorillaz album or something? Because I heard my dad listening to that, unless I've just never heard it, which doesn't make sense. You caught the imposter and then they kicked you. That's just rude. I don't know how people would have the power to kick you during a game though. Is that a thing? There's some like dust inside my cup. It's stuck. Yeah, I mean, after we do this stream and I eat dinner, we could move over to Twitch. So just let me know if you would like to do that. But the problem is that I do not have a PlayStation camera, so you're just going to have to watch me run around if you would like to. I have no idea if anyone would like to, but when I play Final Fantasy 15, I just look at the scenery, protect the boys, and that's about it. It's very relaxing. That's usually what I do after drawing comics for a billion hours. I just go and run around in a fantasy world that's mostly open space and pretty scenery. Mixed with being a badass, I guess. Sure. You recommend listening to The Tower by Drama Moth. I will have to check that out. Oh, yeah, Spotify is really good about pushing new music. So I'm not surprised you found it on Spotify. That is really fun, though. Oh dear. Yeah, it sounds like that Among Us community is not the best, but that again is like pretty much every single I don't know, what's it called, MMO. If you could let me clean my kitchen before it goes to Twitch. Well, I will not be on Twitch for another couple hours because I'm waiting to eat dinner. It's cooking, and then I will probably do it afterwards. But you'll just keep an eye on Instagram if you would like to. But I don't know. I'm not going to bed anytime soon. It's only 6:23, even though it's super dark. It's just it's so weird. I do not like daylight savings. Hello, friend. Thank you for coming. I haven't seen you here in a while. It's always nice to see familiar usernames. My nose had an itch and that was all I could think of. There's some really nasty high-pitched sound that keeps happening. I really hope you can't hear it. I think it's the pipes. Have I ever told you what happened in this very room before? There's basically having to do with a pipe exploding inside the wall. Because I will tell you it now. I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about that before. So basically, invited my best friend at the time over, and so, like, she came through the door, literally not even like 2 minutes later. We were just petting the dogs because at my house we have 3 dogs, and so that takes up a good like 30 minutes from when anyone ever comes over. This was like, I don't know, 7 to 8 years ago, by the way. This was not a recent thing. I have not seen human beings in a while. But, yeah, so she came over, we were petting the dogs, and within 2 minutes, the fire alarm started going off down here in this room. And so I was like, what the hell is going on? Because normally, like, when a fire alarm runs out of battery, it just beeps once. But this was like a legitimate alarm, and nothing was in here unless it was like a sparked electrical fire or something, which I guess it could have been. And so I ran down the stairs to check what was happening in case we had to evacuate from a fire. And I was in high school at the time, and so no one else was home, and except yeah. So my poor friend had to come over and to find me running downstairs in a giant flood that was coming out from the wall across the room. And so first all I saw was in the hallway there was water, obviously. It was flooding, but it was stretching out from this room into, like, through this closet. This is a closet that I'm sitting in, yes. Into that room next door and down the hall into, like, the living room. And so in the living room, I was like, why am I standing in like 3 inches of hot water? And then I ran in here to unplug everything as fast as I can, and there's just literally a waterfall coming out of that wall. That was definitely not what I expected to see that day at all, but yeah, I did not know how to turn off the water main, so I recommend all of you learn how to turn that off, because my parents were not home. I was in high school at the time. I had no freaking idea how to turn off the water main, and there was a waterfall coming out of the wall. So, long story short, a pipe burst from the washing machine, so it was basically like a sauna in here. I unplugged everything, but if a flood gets high enough, like if it was any higher, just do not get in the water, because it could have sparked and shocked me from the electrical. But it was underneath the outlets, and I knew it was going in. So that was a grand old time. Yeah, I think we ran things out of the room as well. I remember that, because this was before I had anything in here. So this was just an empty space, but there was like a TV that someone had given us or something on the ground, and there was like an old computer or something. So my friend and I just took it, and we're like calling her dad because my mom wouldn't answer the phone, asking where he thinks the water main might be or how to turn it off. Yeah, it wouldn't turn off just from the washing machine either. It was just gushing. It looked terrifying, because there was just randomly a giant hole in the wall and everything was getting destroyed, including that mattress on the ground got totally destroyed. It was a great time. Hi, Jack. Oh wow, it's 3:24. Yeah, it is 6:28. I don't have my glasses on. A while back during Pride Month, your little sister got you a pride flag. That is so awesome. That's exciting. It's nice to get your first pride flag with confidence. An emo or 2000s alternative style band. That's cool. Flavia says, I'm so anxious about my exams, I can't sleep. Oh no. Yes, I have plenty of crazy stories if you would like me to tell you more crazy stories. I'm sorry you're feeling anxious though. I always like these types of streams when I can't sleep. So I'm glad that we're doing this. It was very wild, yes. Well, and then we had to tear out the whole floor and everything, and like the drywall. Everything was wet and it got moldy very quickly. So water damage is like one of the most destructive forces other than fire. So actually, that is one good thing, that the fire alarm was going off because something sparked and set it off, not because something sparked and set a fire. You graduate? Oh yes, we did. Jess and I graduated the same year, same day. We are distant cousins, but we lived together for some time. It's rainbow with equality down the middle of it. That's really cute. Yeah, my pride flag has turned into my curtain for my live streams. And I need to put new art up. But Casey keeps like popping off the wall, and I don't know why, because he never did before, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to lay flat. I keep saying that and drinking water. I must be really thirsty when talking about a flood, I guess. That makes sense. You bought yourself a lesbian pride flag? That's awesome. That's the most gay and rebellious you've ever felt. You know what? That is a good thing to be a rebel about, honestly. I almost ditched my best friend. No, I responded. I'm sorry. My eye feels weird. That's why I keep touching it. You graduated high school in May of 2021? Did you time travel? Hi, Chocolate Rebel. I never say no to more crazy stories. What type of crazy story should I tell next? More water-related stories? That's all that I can think of. Your mom is confused that you're pan. Oh dear. Yeah, the biphobia is real for us, unfortunately. There's a lot of people hating on pansexual people lately, and I have chosen just to laugh and ignore them because I'm sick of it, honestly. It's just so dumb. No, but I wish. Oh dear. Well, I think you meant that you're graduating then. That's not too far off. Okay, crazy story. Let me think of another one other than the wall exploding, which was very intense. Tell a story with my friends. With my friends. I think I already told this one last time, so let me think of another one. I told everyone about the one where I like choked. I choked on my burp at Chipotle. And I was with two people who did not find it funny, but I found it hilarious while choking. Find a crazy story about each of the elements. Okay, let's think. Each of the elements. I can't think of any air-related stories because I don't know. When I think of that, I just think of like terrible things that could happen. You don't remember when you graduated? Okay, you know what? I honestly don't either. Oh wait, I remember. It was because we were like the class that survived 2012. So I graduated 2013. Um, because everyone said that I don't know how many people are. My brain just stopped. I don't know how many people remember, but everyone acted like that was the end of the world. Pretty much no one in my family understands what being pan means. They accept me and everything, but they don't get it. Yeah, I guess like some people just need different types of explanations, but some people just don't. They just can't put themselves in anyone else's shoes, it seems. I personally can't understand selecting just one gender. So I guess I can relate to them in that way. I'm never gonna be like, yes, I do not like you because you identify as blank. If I like you, then I like you. My brain stopped being able to read. Okay, I can read again. I just had to identify what was happening. Okay, you graduated 8th and entered high school online. Oh, that does suck. An art school online? Yeah, that is not as fun as going in person. I know, things are really sucky all around right now. But it will get better. I have a feeling. You identified as pan for a while until you realized that wasn't the case, but the fact that people invalidate it pisses me off. Yes, we have to protect our bisexual identities. Yeah, you remember the 2012 thing? I feel like there was some type of spirit week in high school where that was... Sorry, I'm laughing because my friend texted me and they accidentally misspelled the word far as fart. That is a very childish thing to laugh at, but when you don't expect it, it's funny, I guess. You're pan romantic but gray ace, so forever low. I mean, if that is what you would like, then that is perfectly okay. You can always have a platonic relationship where you just live together. I know multiple adults who have that type of relationship. Spirit weeks are like, I don't know if that's just an American high school thing, as in the US, not like all of the Americas, but yeah, I don't know if that's just a US thing, but in high school it's like you're supposed to be like, wow, school pride. Each day is a different exciting event, quote unquote, and then there's a dance at the end of the week. Or like a football game, or both. I was never the type of person to be like into those things, but I doubt any of you are shocked. I still can't. I'm trying really hard to remember something else that has happened with another element, but I can't. I know there's something. I'm like, let me try and. Oh, I have a creepy story, but I don't know. Does that Halloween is over? Is anyone opposed to a creepy story? I have a perfect fire one. Okay, while I wait for people to answer about creepy story, yes or no, I will think of an Earth-related one and air. I can't think of one. There's one time I did. This is so stupid. This isn't even Earth, but I guess tar comes from the Earth. Okay, I fell on asphalt. That's the end of the story. The beginning of the story is that I, like, was walking to school, and my school was, like, literally across the street. So I managed to seriously injure myself within the span of, like, 3 minutes, by the way. I walked down the hill, and then there's one crosswalk because I would get in trouble if I jaywalked, like crossed not in the crosswalk. So I had to go down the street to the crosswalk and then go back up literally in front of where I lived to go to school. And so I was walking across that crosswalk. I kind of tripped a little, like stumbled. And when I was like, I think, what was it? I think this was in 7th grade, so I was probably like 12. When I was like 11 to freaking like 16, I was the klutziest person ever. Like, and I still sometimes do this. Or when I was on testosterone, I would run into things again. But I ran into things all the time. I tripped over things all the time. So while walking, I was not very surprised, first of all, that I started stumbling in the street. But I like ran a few steps forwards and caught myself from fully falling. But in the, like, it's on a hill and there's a center divider. So the street is like this. I'm trying to walk across the sidewalk, and the center divider, like, because it's on a hill, it needed like a little round bit that comes, like, the divider is matching the street, but then the street comes out, so the sidewalk or the crosswalk is literally uneven. So I tripped, caught myself, then I seriously tripped over that to the point where I fully knocked the wind out of myself. And there was all of these cars stopped waiting for me to cross the crosswalk, and no one like asked if I was okay. I literally started bleeding like all along my whole side, but luckily I caught myself so that I didn't hit my head. Yeah, my whole entire side, like through my pants, and it like ripped. I ripped part of my pants, and then my shirt came up, so my whole like abdomen was all cut with an asphalt burn, and it was bleeding a lot. So I had to, like, after having the wind knocked out of me, I was literally struggling to breathe with the wind knocked out of me while walking back up the hill on the school side. I walked straight to class and said, I need to go to the nurse. And then the teacher was like, why? And I just showed her the blood all over me, and she's like, oh, okay, you should go to the nurse. And then the nurse questioned me like 50 million times if I hit my head or not. So that was that. That is very not very interesting, but very stupid moment in my life. Okay, yes to the spooky story. Oh yeah, yes. Okay, Lucas just gave a great example of what a spirit day is like. PJ day, twin day, school colors day, then a pep rally. That is, yes. Oh yeah, that was not the creepy story. I'm sorry if you thought that was the creepy story. This one is a ghost story, so this, yes, if you don't like ghosts, just mute me for 5 minutes or something. So basically, in college, one of my apartments, like my freshman year, my apartment was in this building where is like, okay, so I went to this college that is right next to one of the biggest airports in the US, and that was not a great time for multiple reasons. First of all, the school sucked. Second of all, the airport was literally, like, in class, we'd have to just stop talking because a plane would just fly over and it'd be really loud. And when I lived there, it would shake the apartments I lived in. But anyway, so LA is a very interesting place. It's not the best place in the world. Trying to not be totally rude. But yeah, so oh, you don't have school nurses? Well, that's okay. I didn't in college either, where this story takes place. That's true. Day of the Dead was yesterday, so this fits. Ghosts. Yes, so the ghost part in this apartment, there had been a lot of people living there, and other people had said that weird stuff had happened at this apartment, but nothing had happened yet. So I had three other roommates. There was four of us living in one place, and we had a great time all of first semester. And then one of my roommates and I have theorized that there's literally like this tension argument moment caused some wacky energy to happen in this apartment. I know this sounds crazy, but it is crazy. Anyway, I don't really care. It's a story. You don't have to believe it. But anyway, we had an argument once, and ever since then, everything felt kind of weird. Like, one of my friends kept seeing this shadow cross and like follow me out of the room, and I always have weird things follow me. Okay, this is not the first time. I had a dream that, like, in that apartment, I went to take a nap, and I never take naps, but I had a weird dream that there was this, like, little kid sitting on the edge of my bed, and I literally felt this kid come over and sit on the edge of my bed and like felt the bed move and everything. And it wasn't like sleep paralysis because my eyes were not open. It was like a full-on dream. And then when I woke up, there was nothing there. But then later I had another dream that there was like kids that would like scratch at my lower back and stuff. It was nasty. It was not a good time. I don't recommend being haunted by anything. But then all this weird stuff kept happening. So my mom came over with this is just getting crazier. I'm sorry. My mom came over with a tin and some Epsom salt and rubbing alcohol and a lighter. So this is where the fire comes in. Uh, the Epsom salt is supposed to clear the energy. I didn't really know how legit that was. Like, I know that sage does that because everyone says that. I'm not going to doubt all of these cultures who have said that for literally centuries. So we didn't have any sage and we couldn't do it because our fire alarms are very sensitive in that apartment. It would like, and if you set a fire alarm, like if you set it off long enough, the entire building would have to evacuate. So anyway, my mom just brought over the Epsom salt because it was a good alternative. So you put it in a like aluminum tin container or a glass container, like something that you would bake with, so it's oven safe. And you put some salt, like Epsom salt, and then you put rubbing alcohol, and you light the alcohol on fire. And so all of the other times my mom has ever done this in my life, she will bring it in, and then if the tin is like this, the fire will just be up to here, kind of. Like, and that would be like, oh, this room needs some clearing type of a thing. So she brought it into this apartment, and we lit it as usual, and we were expecting it to be like a regular fire, but it, like, in the living room, first of all, it went up really high. So it was at least like 2 foot tall flames in the center of the living room, and we were like, oh my god, maybe we shouldn't do this in here. But clearly it was probably necessary considering what all of us needed, and we just had to try it. So we went into the room that I was sleeping in with my roommate, like living there, you know. My roommate, because there was 2 bedrooms, so we had two people per room, and it was mostly me and that roommate who had this random argument that didn't even make sense. And I don't, yeah, it didn't make sense. It felt like something was totally messing with us. But anyway, we went into that room to clear it just in case there was anything weird, and I had all those weird dreams in that room, and immediately it was like, I've literally never seen something burn that much. Like, there was not enough alcohol to make that high of a flame, but it was really high. It was like, you would not believe, we were terrified. We had to move it away from the lamp, and like away from everything in the room and hold it far away with an oven mitt because it was such a huge fire from this small tin. There's like, and then there was this very ominous feeling like something seriously did not want us to be doing that. And so we just stuck it out until the fire started going down a little bit. But there's like, yeah, it went from probably the biggest flame we've ever seen that thing, like technique, have being like a foot tall to it was at least like 3 to 4 feet. It was not normal, and it was like, oh my god, what is happening? Something definitely did not want us to be in there. But yeah, I think I would have moved out at that point. I agree. So after that, I still started having weird dreams. And there was one night where it wasn't that long before we were going to move out because this was the end of the second semester. And so we just like stuck with it. But I did not want to live there. And one of my roommates was left, like, and the other two had started moving out already. But I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go stay at my parents' house, even if I have to drive like an hour and a half to get here every day or longer. Because it was just like, it just did not feel good. And then the last night I stayed there, there was this huge thunderstorm, which is very rare in LA. Like, we used to have a lot more, but because of climate change, that stopped happening. We stopped getting any rain. And that year actually was like a really bad drought because this was a few years ago. It was like the start of a really, really bad drought. So I'm really surprised there was a thunderstorm at all. But all night there was definitely something pestering me. I did not sleep, and it was like almost the last day of school. So after that, I did not sleep in there. I just went in to remove all of my stuff and never went back. That's that story. I don't know how legitimately creepy it was because it's very difficult to describe how weird it felt, but it definitely felt very wrong. Yeah, I think we were also joking that we needed a priest, but yeah, my mom is a very spiritual person, so I guess that counts. Not to Christians, I guess. But hey, I still can't think of a scary air story. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Could the oxygen have been somehow higher to make it go up higher? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. And I'm pretty sure that apartment was not well ventilated, so I doubt there was extra oxygen in there. I don't know, but it was definitely the worst I've ever seen it, because we've done it in this house since, and it has never been that bad ever since then. Oops. Yeah. I still can't think of an air story. Someday I will. But yeah, you would move out either way. Yeah. Well, I did after that. After they tormented me all night, I left for sure. There was literally like, I don't like have dreams about children clawing at my back, but I had many of those in that apartment. As soon as I left, I had none. So whatever that was about, I'm not really there for it. You know, that's just not my idea of a good time. Yeah. So let me see what I missed. I feel like Jess says that she also tripped on the sidewalk somehow. Yeah, sidewalk, like concrete is not forgiving. Asphalt is not forgiving. And that weird, like, gravel that is a cheaper version of asphalt is, like, um, probably the worst. I've fallen on that too because I was riding a skateboard and it rode into a very small separation between the slabs and I flew and yeah. Children alive or ghosts will always be on my don't come near me list. Yeah, I know that's like people's ultimate creepy thing. I'm not someone who's afraid of children unless they're throwing up on me. Then I am terrified. Oh, I'm sorry, phone. But this was not one of those dreams. This was children taking bites out of my back type of dream. You broke your arm falling on the sofa? That doesn't sound fun either. Spooky stuff makes you go happy emojis. Well, I understand that. I guess for the adrenaline. And you are weird in a good way. We're all probably weird here. That's the nature of the weirdos. The weirdo community. You wish I was there because for some reason the sidewalk looked taller? I'm trying to picture that. All I can picture is that it was very steep. I would imagine it looked huge when your face was against the floor. Yeah, I forgot to mention when I fell in the street there was like a stain. I think. At least that's what I told myself when I was 12. There was a stain that looked a lot like my cut. I doubt that was very accurate, but I don't really know how long I was laying there. I don't think I laid there for very long, but I am still offended that no parents, like, at least rolled down the window and asked if I was okay. Oh, wait, that's not air. What if we just said... Oh, wait, no, I already told that story. Yeah, you've already seen that story for sure. I put a story about me cutting my finger once, but it just made me remember that was like one of the only times I cried a lot, which is so stupid, by the way. Oops, sorry, this clipped the audio. I dropped my tablet pencil. I have to fidget with something, so I always reach for that. But, I did not expect to be upset about that, and I literally wasn't upset. I think that I was just in full body pain because my body had a weird reaction to my own adrenaline, and then I just started crying a lot. And then I was like probably crying because I was so mad that I was crying over a stupid finger that I cut, even though it almost sliced off. That wasn't very fun. Yes, I would have helped you, Jess. Definitely have to watch where you're going. Oh my god, I can't type with one finger. I was gonna text Blake and ask them if they can remember anything to do with the last element, but at least I remembered 3 elements. A story to do with 3 of the 4. How's everyone doing? I'm checking in again. It's almost 7 p.m. So that's crazy. Oh my god, my phone just made a sound. I just hung up. I think after telling a story, I realized how much I just talked. And then I feel like we're just talking, and I'm like, oh no, I hogged the conversation. But you know what? That's impossible because I'm the one streaming. It's literally my job to talk right now. Almost done cleaning your kitchen. Go, go, go. You're tired? Oh. Are you going to sleep soon? Are you able to sleep is more of the question. I'm sorry you're still anxious. Oh wow. Nice job finishing that art though. I want to see it. They had to lift you up over a curb? Oh dear. It's 10 in your neck of the woods. Oh heck. Yeah, we have people from all different time zones around here. I mean in the chat. I think my brain just thinks of this channel as a physical place. You had a political science midterm? Wow. Oh, a 94. That is pretty amazing. Congrats and good job. I am proud of you. I hope you can rest now after midterms. Yay! I will look on Instagram. Thanks for joining. I didn't expect you to be here since it's also so late in your time zone, but I am glad you got to stop by. 1 a.m. Trying to jump over the curb. Oh my god. Oh, that reminds me of Grace when she was, 15 and not 17? My old lady dog, in case you don't know who Grace is. She's small, she's fluffy, she's very white when she's not covered in ash from the fires around here. And she has really short legs for her body. So she was definitely struggling jumping up curbs, but she did not seem bothered that she failed epically. Oh, okay. We have a story having to do with air. It does not have to do with farts. That's not where I'm going. Okay, so because this is about my dogs. I already talked about them peeing and pooping. I will not go down that road also. This was a different story. I don't know when I think she was probably 10. My old lady dog with her short little stubby legs. She was in my room. I was on my bed doing homework. Yeah, this had to be at least 7 to 8 years ago. But I was just hanging out. I forget. Probably working my ass off because that's how things were back then too. Never stopped. But I looked over because Grace was in there and she started hopping around. I was like, what the hell is she doing? And there's a fly in my room flying around. That's the air part. Ha ha. But anyway, yeah, so there's fly was flying around and she was chasing after it, which is really funny because she was so small and this fly, I don't know why. Wow, that rhymed. I hate that so much. I don't know why it didn't just fly higher, honestly. That would have been the way to stay alive. But she was chomping after it, and she almost got it, but barely missed. And she was so disappointed that she looked back at me to see if I was watching, literally got so embarrassed. I've never seen a dog that embarrassed in my life. She put her ears down and looked so embarrassed and left. She was so embarrassed. She was like, I'm out of here. And she just turned and left the room. I'm not even joking. So I thought okay, maybe she wasn't legitimately embarrassed because that was hilarious. But maybe she just I don't know, thought she was doing something wrong or something. So 5 to 10 minutes later she came back. There was still a fly. I was too busy to do anything about it, but also I just figured probably she would get it eventually. And so sorry, I don't know why this camera is fuzzing out. Let me get closer. She came back in to try again with a fly, and she was hopping around, and she missed it a second time after almost getting it, and she was snapping at it. It was really funny because it made a sound. And so I was watching her trying to be more discreet, but she still looked at me and got really embarrassed. So this time I knew she was legitimately embarrassed, and I was like, "Grace, wait, come back. It's okay." And so she came back in and tried again, and then she succeeded. And she was so happy. It was so funny. I don't know why that embarrassed her so much. I like still don't understand. She's done way more embarrassing things in my opinion. uh, she like makes me laugh every day. Thanks for stopping by. And lots of hugs to you too. Yes, we are all just waiting, hanging out here for now. I had to help you while walking the dogs. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes. It can be really dark around here. There's not very many. Like, certain parts of LA don't have enough street lights. Yeah, this is one of those places for sure. But yes, poor Grace. At least she successfully caught the fly eventually. After some effort and some intense shame, apparently. Your fluffy lady is named Bernadette Henriqueta? Is that how you say it? That is so cute. What type of doggo? Or cat? I don't know. A fluff can be any type of fluff. You wish you had a vision cane? Yeah, that would definitely help. We'd have to just use a flashlight and guide you. She ate a fly once? Oh no. Yeah, Grace is a serial spider murderer. But the problem is that she thinks she caught the spider, but it's usually hanging from her mouth. I'm literally not joking right now. I would have to pull spiders out of her mouth all the time when she was less old. Because now she doesn't try to catch spiders. Oh, Pekingese, that's so cute. That makes sense. Maybe it is all these little dogs that just love eating bugs. They think that that's their hunt. So cute. They're so silly. That's what my dogs are. They are just giant toddlers, though. I already had to wash pee off of Grace's foot earlier, and then she got it on my arm at the beginning of the stream. I can't even... Good times. I am very hungry all of a sudden. Has everyone eaten and drank water? Enough water. Definitely keep taking care of yourselves. Yourselves. I feel like when I write a novel, my typing and speech, like, it's almost like I took all of the accurate speech patterns and just used all of that up on the novel, and I'm just left with major, like, derpiness. I have no idea where this was going or what this started with. Drinking green tea. Oh, good. You had a cheeseburger. That sounds good. And you have water. Yeah, I keep refilling this giant water bottle. I don't want to get it because I know I will hit the mic on accident. Which is right here. You had oatmeal? That's cool. The last time I had oatmeal, I had a severe allergic reaction. I'm sorry, I have a very dark sense of humor. Oh yeah. What do I do to keep my mind busy? I guess just playing video games. We just had ramen and saltwater taffy. That sounds kind of good. I don't know if I've had saltwater taffy. Well, I think I have, but not like enough to remember what it tastes like at the moment. I'm assuming salty. Salty and sweet. Was it harder to write or draw your comic? Well, honestly, probably drawing because it takes 5 million years. I wish I was exaggerating. No, I'm just joking. It takes like, I don't know. It just depends. If you don't want to totally cheap out on the drawing and make it look less than amazing, it'll take you forever. So basically, you have to just make a comic that is slightly under your ability level, so that you can draw it faster. But writing it is pretty easy for me. It's easy for me to write for some reason. Like, I just like making up stories. I do it for fun, so then the fun part is over. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy drawing it, or else I wouldn't do it at all. Do you remember something when I told the spooky story? Okay. You told your dad you wanted to know more about your great-grandmother, and he mentioned just asking her like a regular conversation. Now I'm scared to try. Oh, like ask her spirit? I mean, you could. I don't think it would be, as long as it's her, I don't think it would be bad. Oh yeah, I'm glad you ate breakfast at a good time today, Jess. Definitely keep taking care of yourself. Oh, thank you. Flavia says I love your art style. That's why I just randomly said, oh, thank you. My hair, I just caught a glimpse of it. There's always just one sprig. I thought it was this one. Where is it? This one. I'm trying to grow it out here. Do you want to see how long it actually is? It goes down to here. It just doesn't look like it. I would like to grow it out to be legitimately long, but apparently that's going to take a while because it keeps curling up. I will have to straighten it and show you it soon. But I made the mistake of cutting off... Ow! I just hit the keyboard, I'm sorry. I made the mistake of cutting off way too much when I wanted to grow it long, and I was like, oh, it's in an awkward phase. But now I'm just in a perpetual awkward phase, and I've embraced it. I just look wild, and that's okay. It's gone. I'll have to get the rest of my giant water bottle. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Here's the giant one. It doesn't look that giant, but look, compared to my head, it's like the size of my head. I drank like... Yesterday I drank water properly, but today I did not. So yesterday I drank like 1.5 of those, which is probably the right amount. A lot of water. But today I only drank like some of this, and then that cup I just finished. Remember that time we burnt macaroni and cheese? Wait, you'll have to remind me more of that, because I vaguely remember, but I can't remember the details. It was probably my fault. I know one time Blake was at a friend's house and they burnt their mac and cheese in the microwave and it like lit on fire or something. We should ask them next time they're on this channel. Obviously, that's a very important question. We're back to mac and cheese. Yeah, it's come full circle. Mac and cheese, fires. Well, oh, okay. That is what I was... Okay. That is exactly what I was thinking of. That was you and Blake, wasn't it, Jess? That's okay, I can't make a toast. Yeah, I've burnt toast too, but not to where it's caught on fire. Has anyone done that? The same friend who came over when my house flooded, like one time she stuck a burrito or something in the microwave with tinfoil still on it and it caught on fire. And she was like, I didn't know it would do that. I was like, you didn't know? Oh. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Jess. My teenage self made a very poor decision. She said I went to check on our neighbor's dog, Rocky, because we were like just supposed to check on him while they were gone. And then I left poor Jess to stir the mac and cheese. I don't know. I probably didn't realize that you didn't make food very often back then. I'm very sorry. But I'm glad nothing bad happened worse than just a little bit burnt of mac and cheese. Thank you for jogging my memory. I do remember that. There's a lot of things that you can look back on and be like, wow, why did I do that? That's just one of them. I just totally start spacing out all of a sudden. The burrito. Yeah, I'm not sure if my friend told you. I feel like she could have, though. That was probably during that year. That same year. Jess, were you living here when there was a giant flood? I don't think so. Oh my god. The burrito story was just my friend's story because she just lit it on fire by not removing the tinfoil. So yes, learn from my friend, do not put anything metallic in the microwave. Radiation and metal do not mix well unless it's the right kind of metal. I guess radiation in aluminum foil. And don't chew aluminum foil because your mouth will get shocked, which is not a good time either. Okay, I have been informed that the food is finished cooking, so I'm going to have to go. I had fun talking to all of you. Sorry for the abrupt notice. I will probably play games on Twitch tonight, so let me send you really fast my Twitch channel. It should just be twitch.tv/RiverKai. Let's see. It's loading. Okay, yeah, so this is my Twitch channel. If you would like to join me in, I don't know, an hour or two, I will run around as Noctis in Final Fantasy 15, but I will not be talking. I will just be chatting, typing back and forth with you. But you are welcome to join me there. Thank you everyone who joined and talked. It was really fun talking to you. It helped me pass the time. I hope it helped you pass the time. And I hope everyone is hanging in there. I know that everything is really overwhelming and scary, but I am very grateful that I have all of you who are very kind-hearted people. And I am very appreciative always. I always love coming here and having a community to hang out with, so thank you. Also, everyone do not cut up sweet potatoes and put them in the microwave. Why not? Okay, so after that, with that, I mean, it's a bit too late for me to say goodbye. So, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm just offering it up in case anyone wants to pass the time if they are still stressed later, but there's no pressure. Thanks for coming. Bye, Flavia. Bye, Julie. Bye, Lucas. Bye, Jess. Who else is still here? Let me look. I think that's everyone who's still here. Okay. Bye, friends. I will see you very soon. Bye for now. Don't explode your microwaves. Goodbye.